My name is Mike Ryan, and this is Real Life, Real Music.
Real Life, Real Music Radio with your host, Kyle Hutton.
You know, I've had a lot of time to think about what I would ask Mike Ryan, but when he walks up on stage like that and the lights are hitting him just right, the first question that pops into my mind is, how much do you bench?
Well, it's been a while since I've gone for a PR, but it was more than the guy next to me. I don't know, but less than the guy.
I promise you that's true
side.
tonight. More than the guy next to you. Man, thank you for being here, Mike. We literally, I remember having conversations with Wayne. Probably as early as 7 years ago. Just, hey man, got to get Mike on the show. Got to get Mike on the show. Got to get Mike on the show.
Sounds like I need to have a talk with Wayne.
Well,
about getting things worked out a little quicker.
I know. You know how it goes.
No, for sure.
Yeah, you know how it goes. And I just want to say at the onset of the show here, I know you're headed out on a tour of a bunch of the Texas stops this week. But thanks for adding this to it and coming and spending a Wednesday night here with us.
Oh, you bet. So this room is actually. I've played here a couple of times, and I feel like the entrance, or maybe I just came in from over there. The stage was over there, right?
Yes, that was. How many years ago was the stage over there, Gabe? 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember, and there were a few people that came to the show that night, and I met every one of them at the merch booth afterwards. I had a little journal that I put their emails on. When we used to spam everyone that came to the show afterwards. Like, hey, come on back. We got new T-shirts this time. So I've been here before, and that was one of the first things that I noticed about sound check. Just like the room sounded so good, and I've always loved listening rooms. Especially when there's a captive audience. It's just I don't know, hanging on every word is always something that I appreciated from y'all's perspective, because I've seen a lot of shows from out there, but I've certainly learned to appreciate it from up here too. And I'm glad to be back. Sorry it took me so long, but good to be here with you tonight.
Well, we're glad to have you, and I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions tonight, but before I start kind of leading the witness, if you will,
right.
Why don't you pick a song you want to kick us off with tonight?
All right.
Nothing I wouldn't do.
That's nice. Thank y'all.
Yeah. I love that song. One of the more recent singles.
Oh yeah, so that was on the Long Cut record.
Yep.
And that one we did. It's almost 2 years old, I think. But we're going in a couple weeks actually to start on the next one. So
very cool.
I'm excited about that. If it's
Very
cool with
cool.
y'all, I could give you a teaser of some
yeah.
of the new
Yes.
songs.
I'm glad you offered because I was going to ask anyway.
You bet.
So let's go from right there, 2022. Let's go back 10 years. Okay.
Okay.
I want to go back 10 years to one of the first songs that I remember hearing, and I want to know how you wound up with it, and see if you still play it. And that's a song called "Only All the Time."
Oh man.
Anybody remember that one? "Only All the Time." 2012.
So, Casey Twist, at the time, he was playing bass guitar for Stoney LaRue, and my roommate, actually, when I lived in Louisville or Carrollton area up in the DFW, I was a guy named Tony Avizano who ran a venue called Hat Tricks, and I played there all the time. Stoney played there regularly, and there was one time when this song kind of just stopped me in my tracks. It was Stoney played a show there, and I remember it being acoustic, but Casey was there as well, and about halfway through the show, Stoney brought up Casey to sing this one, and so he just sat down and played it solo acoustic, and man, it was just like I remember just walking through the room, and as soon as he started playing, I just like stopped, and as you all are, was hanging on every word, and so it was just really cool, man, to hear that song for the first time there, and then a couple of years later, I was actually cutting. This was probably back in 2010-ish when I first heard that song, and then when we were working on our next record, I had just kind of started playing it because I played with Stoney several times, and I got to know Casey, and they had me hop in with him a time or two and sing it, and then one time I was just like, "Hey man, I'm gonna do this record. Would you mind if I added that song to it?" And he was thrilled. He was like, "Hell yeah, dude!" Because at the time, nobody else had cut it. He was a songwriter. He played shows kind of here and there, but mainly his gig was just playing bass for Stoney, and he was working around a lot in Nashville doing songwriting stuff, and so he was pumped to have me cut that song, and I was glad to have the permission and a new heater to add to the record. So I can go ahead and play that one if you'd like
man,
me
we'd
to.
love to hear it.
I don't need a glass of wine or have to have a cigarette to remember that night. I ain't over it yet. I don't have to pass some girl wearing your old perfume to make me catch my breath, think about you. There's no certain song that makes your memory come alive. The only time you cross my mind is only all the time, only every day, only every night, only always. I can still feel your touch under my skin. I can still feel your touch under my skin. Well, I want you, girl, like I should have back then. Only all the time. Yeah, I know I'm a fool for ever losing your love, but I don't think about that much. Only all the time, only every day, only every night, only always. I can still feel your touch under my skin. Well, I want you, girl, like I should have back then. Only all the time. Only all the time. Only all the time. I don't need a glass of wine or have to have a cigarette. Thank you, man.
That's a great song, dude.
Thank you. Casey Twist.
Yeah,
Once
very
again.
cool. Very cool song. Okay, so it wasn't long after hearing that song and the songs on that that project that you released in 2012 that you had some pretty major changes in how you were writing songs and who you were writing them with, and really starting to spend what I'm guessing was quite a bit of time in Nashville writing. I want to ask you about a song, and then we'll have a little more conversation about how you got from, San Antonio, Texas, to spending a lot of time in Nashville, Tennessee. But I'm going to tell you, I've heard you cover some songs, including like some of my favorite songs, like "Some Fools Never Learn," and you know what I'm saying. Like you've got an ear for a great country song, and I'm going to tell you, without this is not me trying to butter you up or anything. The song "Dancing All Around It" is a solid gold country hook and song, period.
Thanks,
It's
man.
a great song.
Thank you.
And tell us a little bit about writing that one specifically, maybe just what was going on in the writing room, or who brought the idea in, how that one took shape, and then if you play that one for us.
Sure. Yeah, so that was a song I wrote with Brent Anderson and Chris Dubois, and the first song of the many that I would end up writing with these two guys. And I'd only had the publishing deal in Nashville for a couple of months, maybe a month or two at the time, when I flew in and got to town, and we sat down and we're starting writing, and I had this idea of, this guy that, and I can't say that I was personally there at that moment in my life, but I was like, man, how much would it suck if, like, right after you break up with this girl, or right after she breaks up with you, you're just like trying to go have a drink about it, and you wander into some place you've never been before just to try something new, and then you're sitting at the bar, and then there she is with the new guy that you didn't even think she had. Like, you just thought she was done with you, didn't realize she'd already moved on. And so it was like there was this doubt, like, maybe we can work things out, maybe it's not quite over yet. And then she walks in the room, and there's the guy, and it's like, well, guess it's over. So yeah, I dodged that bullet.
Yeah.
But that was the idea, and Chris, I mean, kind of true to form, he was just thumbing through. He's got this, like, he's just stack of notebooks that he's just written titles in. And as like a writing exercise, he writes a title, and then he'll take one word from that title and he'll create a new title with that. He'll write that title and then take one word from that title and write a new title. And so he's just got thousands and thousands of just titles. And he was like, well, what do you think about Dancing All Around It? Does that fit? I was like, well, actually, Chris, I think that fits pretty good, because it seems like we're not real sure, and that seems pretty definitive. Let's do it. And we did, man. And that was the first one, like I was saying, of many. Chris is one of my favorite people of all time to write with, just because he's such a wizard with words. He has a way of, and they always happen this way. Like, he'll sit there, and it's intimidating at first because he doesn't say a whole lot. And you're thinking, like, especially as a new writer, it's like, I'm spitting out all these ideas. I'm trying to come up with melodies and different things. And he's just like, oh, okay, all right. And then he'll sit back and think for 30 minutes. It's like, okay, I hope he likes me. And then he's like, so after a while, he's like, you mentioned something earlier. This probably isn't the line, but, and then he says that, and then as soon as he says that, that's when you need to really perk up, because he's about to spit out some gold. He's like, how about this? And then he just spits out an entire verse. Like, he's just been sitting there quietly, and then he's like, well, how about this? And obviously that's it. Yeah, it's better than anyone could ever do or think of on their own, but you did it, so we're gonna write that. But Dancing All Around It was a really cool song. It changed a lot for me, honestly. I'd been playing for years, put a band together and ran around just hustling, and that song took me out of the sports bars and bringing my own PA and playing for 4 or 5 hours a night to actually selling a few tickets and going from playing those long sets to 60-minute openers or 90-minute headline shows, like actually moving tickets because of that song. And that's been playing a while, and that was the first time that I was able to actually see that start to work. So I owe a lot to this song for that. Called me back, so I'm here drinking. Halfway through my second one, I check my phone again, still ain't ringing. Well, I wonder if she's missing me right now. Think I see the answer through the crowd. She goes, looking her best, spinning out on the floor in a low-cut dress. He's holding her close, there's no doubt about it. If she ain't over me yet, she's dancing all around it. Tonight, maybe she can't wait till this song's over. If that's true, then why the hell didn't she just put her head on his shoulder? Look at how she's looking in his eyes. I don't think she'll call me back tonight.
What a great song. That's a great song, dude. You want to introduce these other guys that are joining you on stage here tonight?
Yeah. So over here on guitar, we have Nathan Lockhart. And on fiddle over here is Jerry Reynolds.
All right.
Fun fact, Jerry's been playing with me for, well, I think it was 2013, 2012-ish. Almost 10 years. Over 10 years that he's been with me, so.
Glutton for punishment.
Yes, yeah. He can't get enough.
Can't get enough.
But neither can I, man. We're fit for each other. It's a good dude right there. He's been playing fiddle a long time and good friend too. So, and he's working in that direction.
The jury's out.
He's a hell of a guy too. I've been fortunate enough to have him playing with me for not quite as long as Jerry, but no end in sight there. He's a hell of a guy, hell of a player. So I'm a lucky dude. Got some really nice guys in the band, and lucky to do what we do for sure.
Yeah, for sure. You know, Mike, one of the, probably one of the biggest compliments I could give your music is that I listen to it when I'm doing one of my least favorite things as motivation, and that's running. Okay?
Oh, man.
So you're on the playlist, and
Hell
part
yeah.
of it's because you got tempo, you know what I'm saying? And so it can help you keep going down the road. Now, the interesting thing about upbeat music that's got great melodies, and I love your soaring melodies, and you just, I love the style of music that you do. Sometimes the music can be so upbeat that you lose some of the mournful aspects of the lyrics. Mm-hmm. And when somebody really takes a deep dive into even your upbeat stuff, like you've had some rough relationships or something, buddy, because there's a lot of great material there. And I would say that maybe because you put them on the same record, maybe like part 2 of She's Dancing All Around It is Redeye Flight, where you just go in and, just shut the whole thing off. Now, the only thing I don't understand yet, I do understand the Redeye Flight, that you take from the airport, but I don't understand the other reference.
Well,
I'm kidding.
It's for experts only. But no, that was one, and we really had a fun time writing that one because we wanted to say as much as we could about it,
Yeah.
without actually saying it,
yeah.
So how many ways can we describe this and dance all around it, if you will?
Touche.
On the Redeye Flight front, and I mean, if you enjoy this sort of thing, then you know what it's about. I'm not trying to encourage people to do what I did, but I've certainly found some comfort in hanging out with friends and burning one or two. But so yeah, this one kind of started, and you're not wrong. I had some rough times, as I feel like anybody in college. I had a girl that I dated in high school that we tried to bring that into college, and we went to 2 separate places. She went to Baylor, and I went to North Texas, and it's only an hour and a half away, but that created a pretty big divide. And I'm not talking school spirit. We just didn't quite work it out. But it got me in that kind of writing mood, and even later, like years later, after I was way over that one and over and under a few more, there was it wasn't really disappointing, or it wasn't like I felt like I needed this therapy. Early on, like songwriting was full on therapy for me. I didn't find any better relief, and just to feel better about whatever I was going through than I did when I wrote a song about something that was bothering me, and I was able to kind of turn that sad situation or bummer of a time into a cool song, even if nobody else liked it. I mean, I thought it was productive, and so I wrote a lot. And even as those wounds had healed, I just felt comfortable writing about kind of heartbreak situations, and I just didn't even realize it. Honestly, for a while, I just went in and started writing things, especially with other people, and I was happy to write breakup songs. I was happy to write whatever, but I've always had a harder time writing love songs. I don't know why, but the sadder songs tended to just kind of flow a little more freely with me. But this Redeye flight is it's neither sad nor happy. It's whatever you want it to be. It's been one of those days. It's gonna turn into one of those nights where there's only one way to make it all right. When I'm feeling this kind of low, I could throw some vinyl on stereo and roll up my worries, watch them all go up in smoke. I'm taking that red-eye flight, gonna be burning bright like a 747 through the northern lights. 35,000 feet, ain't gonna have nothing on me. Gonna be high all night, taking that red-eye flight. There's a bar right down the street, serves every kind of alcohol. Sitting there drinking, isn't gonna work at all. Well, I'm taking a trip right now, I don't even have to leave the house. I got my window seat right here on the couch. I'm taking that red-eye flight, I'm gonna be burning bright. Well, like a 747 through the northern lights. 35,000 feet, ain't gonna have nothing on me. Gonna be high all night, I'm taking that red-eye flight. I'm taking that red-eye flight, I'll be burning bright like a 747 through the northern lights. 35,000 feet, ain't gonna have nothing on me. I'll be high all night, taking that red-eye flight. Gonna take Marley's advice and catch that red-eye Thank you.
So you completely set yourself up for, the fact that you maybe don't have the propensity to write as many love songs, with a song that you tried to write about writing a love song and then
I
had
see
to
where this is
rewrite
going.
the song because you figured why not just go with what you know?
Exactly. Well, so this is usually a last song or two of the night strategy for me. I'm guessing you got a playbook over there. I'm just let you be in charge, but
I got it. I got you.
So this one is one that started. I mean, I had made a mistake, and I wanted to let her know that it was still good. I was still in, I was there, and I wanted to write her a love song. I didn't let her know that I was writing a love song. I just started to. And as these things do, I told you all earlier, I didn't have a good time. Well, I didn't have an easy time writing love songs, so it took a while. Lucky for me, dodged another bullet because before I could finish pinning this one, she revealed her true colors, and I realized that maybe a love song was not in order for her. So I changed a few words around. Actually, I started over completely and wrote one from the heart. Straight from the heart, yeah. And I think it ended up better. I don't know how that love song would have ended up, but it was in vain either way. So I wasn't, no sense in wasting time on something that was inspired by that. Well, I wrote her a love song, the kind that makes you cry. Well, it was soft and sweet like faithfully meets wonderful night. But she never got to hear it, 'cause she told me goodbye. Take that love song and rewrite it. This here's a new song, a screw you song. You can go to hell, take your new boyfriend too song. Sing along, raise your glass and help me to tell her to kiss my ass on. Thank you.
No wonder you can't stay in a relationship. Are y'all having a good time tonight so far? Is everybody good? Okay. Before I forget, I need you to do something for me, Mike. We got to do a liner to kick off the radio show. So you'll say, "This is Mike Ryan, and this is Real Life, Real Music." And then I need y'all to go absolutely nuts, okay? For about 4 minutes, and then I'm going to make you stop. No, I'm kidding. I'll go like this when it's time to stop.
My name is Mike Ryan, and this is Real Life, Real Music.
Perfect. That was great. It is Wednesday in the Woodlands. Y'all are with us. I love it. I love it. Okay, so Mike, you kind of indicated that you're on your way into the studio.
Yes, sir.
To make a new record.
You bet.
Tell us about that and pick a song that your management won't come after me for putting it on the air.
Well, I can tell you, I can promise you all that's going to happen. Okay, nobody's going to get mad at you for putting anything on the air, and I'll tell you to the best of my ability how we're going to do this. It's different this time. Usually, what I've done is I've gone to town, and we'll book a studio, and then I have a producer that puts a band together, and then they play all the songs, and I'll come in later and sing them. And that takes place over a couple of days, and if we need to go back in for overdubs and whatnot, it'll take a little longer. But the bulk of the recording is done just in a couple of days with a bunch of studio guys. This time we're going to go in. I was telling y'all about Brent Anderson earlier. He's who actually produced. Big fan of Brent's over here. I love that. Okay. No, he produced the Bad Reputation album and the Blink You'll Miss It album as well. And he's since put his own studio together, and he's always been like just an incredible player. Pretty much anything with strings, he's able to play to a high level. And I was talking to him about this next record, mainly just trying to gauge his interest. I know he keeps himself pretty busy, but also I wanted to write a little bit more with him and come to town and see what we could come up with. And he was, not surprisingly, fired up about doing it, and really kind of lit the fires with me as well, just about this new process, because we're going to do it in his studio. We'll be a little more hands-on with it, and I'll have a lot more to say. I'll be playing on it as well as singing, and it's just, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great time. It's going to take a little longer because we're just kind of me and him doing this whole thing. We'll find some extra players as we need them. But getting back in the studio with somebody like Brent, because from the beginning I feel like he just really got what I was trying to do. And he was able to like help me capture that in the first couple of projects. And then as we've written and gotten to know each other even more over the years, it's just like, it's a very natural fit, and I think that's important in a producer-artist relationship, for there just to be comfort and trust, and just I feel like we have that in spades together. So I'm looking forward to getting out there and mixing it up with Brent again. This song is I feel like I'm stumbling into this by accident, but it's actually called Hard to Write a Love Song. It's talking about, because I wrote this one a few years back, and I was thinking about putting it on this last record, but there was another song which I may get to tonight called All My Songs, which ended up being one of my favorites off of the Long Cut record. They were just kind of in the same vein, just talking about kind of the same stuff. They didn't sound anything alike, but there was just kind of this a similar kind of story. But if you will, I haven't played this one too many times, so I think I can do it. But I'm gonna do it.
Come on.
chords and melodies change, but these songs all sound the same. Why does goodbye and long night have to rhyme so well, holding her like hell? How come lonely is the only thing this six-string plays all night? Sad's all I seem to write, but I gotta get 'em out of my system. Nobody's gonna sing along with them. You broke my heart since you've been gone. It's damn hard to write a love song. Yeah, maybe the next one will be all about making up. Then again, with a little luck, it'll be about somebody new. Either way, baby, I'll be through. Feeling the way I do, why does goodbye and long night have to rhyme so well, holding her like hell? How come lonely is the only thing this six-string plays all night? Sad's all I seem to write, but I gotta get 'em out of my system. Nobody gonna sing along with 'em. You broke my heart since you've been gone. It's damn hard to write a love song. Yeah, the chords and melodies change, but these songs all sound the same. Why does goodbye and long night have to rhyme so well, holding her like hell? How come lonely is the only thing this six-string plays all night? Sad's all I seem to write, but I gotta get 'em out of my system. Nobody gonna sing along with 'em. You broke my heart since you've been gone. It's damn hard to write a love song. Write a love
Yeah,
Thank you.
man. What a great tune. Dude.
Thank you.
Okay. Y'all know it's not normal to sing like that, right? I got a lot of folks that sit up on this stage that don't sing like that.
Shit, I don't even sing like that most of the time.
Come on. Okay.
Thank you, though. Man. Thank
So
you.
okay, so tell me this: where did you get your vocal chops? Like where do you first remember starting to sing and falling in love with that?
So, church choir, I feel like growing up was where I first started getting little side eyes like, is that him? Is that Mike? Mm-hmm. And so it was that Michael. They used to call me Michael back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, so that was kind of where I started to realize. But then also, I come from a very confident musical family.
Okay.
And my dad was he was in a lot of like Broadway musicals and stuff, like Annie Get Your Gun, Oklahoma, Fiddler on the Roof. He played.
Very cool.
So sang and performed, and so growing up, I got to be a part of a lot of theater shows, not on stage, but just watching the old man go to work, and it was great. I just loved that. And my grandfather was a band director. He was the Texas National Guard band director for like 30 years, and so
Wow. Okay.
that was the first person that taught me kind of the love behind music, like not necessarily theory about music or how to read. He definitely taught me a little bit of that too, but more than that, he taught me about why folks like music in the first place, because it just like, I mean, not even speaking the same language as somebody, and you can listen to a song and like you can feel the emotion behind it, and then the stories that are told, and just how music just makes people kind of fall in love with what they're hearing, and sets the tone for just a lot of stuff. And so I realized that it was pretty important, and like everybody in the family was involved somehow. At times I was not thrilled because I had piano that it was a piano lessons. It was kind of a chore at times. Like we had our take the trash out, feed the dogs, clean the kitchen, and then like an hour every night. It doesn't matter what instrument you were playing, you just had to pick something and go play it. So I would sit in there in the other room, kind of plunk around on the piano, and that was where I kind of figured out my ear. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to read music, but after playing for a while, I could kind of play things that made sense. And then my mom was like, "That sounded good. Play it again." I'm like, I can't. I don't know. I didn't read that music. I just made it up in my head. But no. So that was kind of where I realized that my family had allowed me. Well, not just allowed. They kind of encouraged, and at times, cracked a whip on the musical front. But I learned to love it really quickly, and. I was in church choir, and then in middle school I was in choir there too, in high school. It wasn't until my senior year of high school where I started playing guitar, and that was where it kind of took a whole new like direction for me, because there was no longer anyone telling me to do it. That's all I wanted to do. Like when football was done, I knew that playing football in college wasn't in the cards for me, and fresh out of a new breakup, as I was talking about earlier. Old girl went off to college first. I was into older women at the time, and she was off to college, and I was still back in school in San Antonio, and I didn't have football to keep me distracted anymore. So I got home from school and I just started playing guitar, and I never took a lesson. The internet was coming around, and there's this website called Country Tabs that just seemed to have every song I needed to learn right there for me. So, and I'd play along with the radio and get all fired up about a new bar chord that I learned how to play. And, it's just every day was something new. And then a friend of mine that I played football with also wrote songs and played guitar, and he was way better than me at the time. And so there was like that competition of, we were buddies. We weren't fighting about anything, but it was like, damn, he pulled a song out last week. That was good. Like, I need to do better than that. And so it just inspired me. And so I got off to college, and that's when it really just started kind of falling together for me. I mean, I went to school, but I didn't, I didn't have any clear direction that college was going to help me with. So I just went, and then met some friends that did the same thing, wrote songs, and started doing little open mic things. And it was really, the more I did it, the more I loved it. And stage fright was a real thing for me early on, like especially once I'd booked a show. I'd had enough songs, cover songs and originals, to kind of put a band together. And I remember my first show was at our bar in Denton. And I was a bouncer also in college, and so it was a place that I worked at. I remember for like 2 weeks leading up to the show, I would go out every night and I would see everybody and then tell them, "Hey man, I'm coming. I'm putting my first band together. We're playing a show here. Come out to the art bar, whatever. So it was a little like 300 or 400 cap room, and the day of the show came around, and I don't know if it was completely sold out, but I don't know how many more people you could fit in there. It was packed, and as soon as everyone started showing up, I was like, oh shit. What have I done? What have I gotten myself into? And I wore the worst shirt for it because it was like this light gray. It was clean. I mean, it looked cool. I was shopping at the Buckle, you know. I was looking good. And then as soon as I got there and started playing, I just started sweating. And it was like, whoa, Mike is wet right now. But we had a good time. And it was like, as soon as the show started, I was nervous as I could be. But we played the first song, and it was just like somebody just pulled it all off. And there was no nerves whatsoever. After the first song, I was like, all right, this is what I was meant to do. I'm here. I'm in the right place. And then the next show was the same way, like nervous wreck leading up until showtime. And then as soon as the show started, it was like, whew, man. So, and that happened for a while. I mean, probably the first 30, 40, 50 shows I played, there was those like almost uncontrollable nerves at the start. But within a song or two of playing the show, it was like that all went away, and I was able to just really enjoy the night. I don't know if I answered your question with that long story. Was it when I found my voice?
Here's the deal. I found something interesting in what you just said. So I want to go back to something that we haven't really talked about or explored yet, and that's that first girl that broke your heart. I'm just kidding. We've been talking about her all night.
Let's do it.
So, in the vein of this young lady, she must have been the inspiration for one of my other favorite songs that you've ever done, and that's a song called New Hometown.
Oh, man. Well, that was actually a different girl. I was lucky enough to date more than one. But no, that was inspired. This is inspired by a different one. But, I mean, you know, y'all too, right? Y'all have more than one boyfriend or girlfriend. Not at the same time.
You're not alone. You're not alone.
No, this one was, I'm trying to remember when I actually wrote. So we wrote the Bad Reputation album, and we were like almost done. We were done, really. But then I came out, because the publishing company that I wrote for is called Seagill, and I would fly out to Nashville once a month and stay for a week, and then just kind of did that for several years. And we'd finished up what we thought I was finished with the Bad Rep album, and then we went to record it, but we had a day off to, you know, just, I don't know, we got together to write again, me and Brent and Chris. And this song just kind of fell out one day. And it was kind of in the 11th hour of the Bad Rep album, so we wanted to sit on it and not put it out for that one, and it ended up making it on the next one after that. But it was kind of written around the same time as a lot of those Bad Rep songs. So passion. He opened up a hardware store. My roots run down these streets 4 generations deep. Thanks to a blue-eyed girl who moved here from Tennessee. I gotta get a new hometown. Won't let it bring me down. Somewhere where I won't see you every time I turn around. Used to think I'd never leave. That was when you still loved me. She broke my heart, drug it around my stomping grounds. So now I need a new hometown. Somewhere I've never been, somewhere you'd never go. Somewhere I could turn you into a girl I used to know. Gotta get a new hometown, let it bring me down. Somewhere where I won't see you every time I turn around. Used to think I'd never leave. That was when you still loved me. But you broke my heart, drug it around my stomping ground. So now I need a new hometown. I gotta get a new hometown.
I love that song. Is everybody still doing okay? Are y'all doing good out there? Okay, I've got some autographed show posters here.
We're gonna start the bidding at $50. There we go, $50 there. We got $50.
Here's all you have to do. Pull out your phone, go to Instagram, follow Real Music Series. I'm looking at our producer. Follow Real Life, Real Music Series and just put a story. Okay, take a picture, take a video, put it in your story. And tag Real Life, Real Music Series. And then my team's gonna text me. I've got 4 of them. So text me 4 names, whoever's doing that. And I mean, who doesn't want that hanging in somewhere?
Right over the bed.
Okay.
While you're on Instagram, go ahead and give old Mike a follow too, if you would.
If you haven't already.
We'll send you something nice. Have to come up with some kind of a competition or reward.
Something.
No competitions here. We're all friends.
I want to play you a song that
I would
somehow.
love for you to play me a song.
I got a song in the Seagale Music Publishing catalog.
Hell yeah!
Not because I got a publishing deal through Seagale, but because I wrote with a guy that had a publishing deal with Seagale. One of my friends and mentors, one of the guys that was the reason I picked up the guitar in the first place, when I first heard his band Foster and Lloyd, was a guy by the name of Radney Foster. And so, loved his music, learned it all, played. I played, my first gig was 10 songs at a little bar called Beef and Brew in College Station, Texas.
All right.
Yeah, a long time ago. And 2 of my songs, 20% of my set list was Foster and Lloyd, right? So, I mean, that's how into that music I was. So the first time I got to sit down and write a song with Radney Foster was like just dream come true moment. And we wrote a few more songs before we wrote this one, but I'll play you this one because it's a love song where the relationship actually works out, and I feel like we could use that at this point in the show. Okay. So I
have one of those also. If we need to do another one later.
We will definitely want to hear that. She don't have to put up with me, but she does. Or comfort like an angel when the road gets rough. Or sit as close as she can, just feel my touch. But she does. She doesn't have to give her body till it cuts right through my soul. Surrender every secret no one else will ever know. She doesn't have to love the way she loves, but she does. She got a smile in her eyes that she can't hide, but she'll sing you the saddest song about the girl inside. Yeah, and then dance across the bedroom just because. Yeah, she does. She doesn't have to give her body till it cuts right through my soul. Surrender every secret no one else will ever know. She doesn't have to love the way she loves, but she does. And when I'm sinking low and striking out, yeah, she shines on and only God knows how, but she does. Yeah, she doesn't have to give her body till it cuts right through my soul. Surrender every secret no one else will ever know. She doesn't have to love the way she loves. No, she doesn't have to love the way she loves, but she does. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Somewhere way back there in Seagal's music catalog, if any A-list recording artists are listening to this podcast, call Chris Dubois and ask for She Does. Are y'all still having a good time tonight? Everybody good? Okay. All right. Very quickly, I want to say thank you one more time. Our syndicated radio sponsor and video podcast sponsor. They're not using their tickets tonight, so they're not here, but I want to give a warm round of applause for all of their help over the years to my friends at Chicago Title Houston. Thank you guys for making tonight possible. My friends at Waste Connections. And then last but not least, how many people live in like the Montgomery County area? How many? Okay. Listen, I lived in the Montgomery County area until about 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, I got way more money for my house than I should have because the Griffin Realty Group sold my house for me. Right back there, those guys, Joel and Christy. If you want to know anything about what's going on in this market, what's your house worth, you want to invest in some land, you want to learn about strategies of investing in this real estate market in Montgomery County, you want to talk to Joel and you want to talk to Christy. Thank you guys for making nights like this tonight possible for 4 years with us now. We appreciate you. Okay. All right. there's so many more songs I want to ask you about, but before I go back to anything that we all know and can sing along with, I wonder if you would play one more new one for us.
You bet.
Is that okay with everybody? Sneak peek on Real Life Real Music here?
So this is one I feel like we're kind of in the right territory for. Well, anywhere is really the right territory for this next young man. But I wrote this one with my friend Cody Johnson, and so I understand he lives somewhere in these parts, not far. You can't see it from the road, but no, he's a hell of an artist and waves the Texas flag for all of us. The country music flag in general, man. He's doing it the right way, and I'm proud to call him a friend, and I'm even more proud of this song. We actually wrote it a few years back, and he said he wanted to cut it. Initially, he was right in the middle of a project or getting ready to start, and he finished that album, and I don't know if he recorded it and just didn't want to or whatever, but he said he wanted to do it for this next one too, and I haven't seen the track list yet, but I'm kind of tired of waiting for him to put it out, so I'm going to put it out too. We can both do it, but this is one that I wrote with Cody, and it's going to end up being a duet, so if you can just picture the second verse being sung by a girl. We can't sing it together. You'll know why when I start. But yeah, I don't know who he's getting to sing for the duet portion. I'm not sure who I'm getting either. But we're gonna put some feelers out there and make it work. But this song is it's really cool. And believe it or not, it's a sad one. Well, I give you this. It ain't always been like this, but this time I'm not gonna lie to you. What we got ain't all that bad, but it ain't like what we had. It's high time that you heard the truth. Baby, I lie here in this bed and wonder why things turn out like they did. It ain't like I don't love you, then again it ain't like I do. So tonight I wanna lie here with you. I could tell that things were different when you came home today, and for once there ain't much that I can say. Since we're telling secrets, I guess I got mine too. There's no need to get specific if it's all the same to you, 'cause I just lie here in this bed and wonder why things turn out like they did. It ain't like I don't love you, then again it ain't like I do. So tonight I'm gonna lie here with you. We're coming close to running out of words to say, running out of ways to say the same old thing. While we lie Thank you.
I think we have our 4 lucky winners for the, well, Mike called it the Above the Bed poster. Natalie Ament. Am I saying that right?
Hey,
Where are you?
right.
Up top. All right.
Hey.
We're going to put this right over here on the side of the stage. All right. Man.
Hey, okay. How about if I build it into a paper airplane and toss it up to you? All right.
Let's see. Maddie Hollier. Maddie. Okay, well, y'all pass that back to Maddie. Okay, let's see. Joseph DeLuna. Where's Joseph? Right back there. We don't want to know if you're going to put this over your bed.
Where's the guy that said no? He didn't want it. We didn't give him 2.
Hey, we're going to give him one for free. Kelly Smith. Kelly Smith. Yes? Anyone? Oh, way back there. Well, here you go. Pass it. Kelly, claim your poster. Okay. Man. Can down.
Okay.
What a great hook.
Man.
Who brought that one to the table?
So, I don't know if we're talking about can down, because there's like the man down, you know.
Right.
It naturally lends itself to that. But when we were working this one out, I'm trying to figure out if the chorus, if we had settled on can down first, but we were the double R thing, because like, I don't know if everyone actually gets that. You're familiar with Rolling Rock beer, you know? Anybody? No? Okay, well, this is really deep then. So we were trying, the main point we were trying to get with that line was stuck between a rock and a hard place, but we didn't want to say that. It was a play off of that line, between a case of Rolling Rock and a heartache. So it was like, and then we're like, okay, case of Rolling Rock. Well, how are we going to talk about that again? Because you can't just say Rolling Rock, double R's. So I don't know if anybody's ever considered Rolling Rock double R's, but we sure did for this song, and I enjoy a nice green Rolling Rock from time to time. But
not bad.
This is one that I feel like it's the back porch type of therapy, because sometimes, you know, getting together like the Redeye Flight vibe, you want your friends to be with you when you feel better about things, to get over some shit. But this one was one that was like, man, sometimes nobody else is necessary, just a back porch, case of beer, and alone with your thoughts. Goes a long way. So that's the idea behind this one. But, you know, a little more not depressing.
Take a sip, 'cause it's gonna be
Have y'all had a good time tonight?
I sure have.
Man, Mike, I want to say thank you. Thanks again for adding this date to the beginning of a tour week for you guys, man. We were long overdue to get to sit down and have this conversation. I appreciate you being here tonight.
You bet. Thanks for being persistent with,
of course.
And generous enough to bring me along, man. I'm thrilled to be here. It's an honor to play on the stage. It's a long list of studs that you've interviewed and played this show with and have been on the stage before. I'm thrilled with the opportunity to be here, and thank y'all so much for spending your Wednesday with us. I know sometimes most of our shows, I feel like, take place on the weekends when everybody's kind of cutting loose, and the energy of a full band show is definitely much different, but these shows right here really go a long way as far as filling my soul. So thank y'all for being here. We'll try and do it again as soon as we can, but or as soon as they'll let us. Do y'all have repeat offenders
Absolutely.
up here? Okay.
Absolutely. Okay, so you referenced when we first got on stage, you talked about this room and the fact that you've had the opportunity to play here before, and I, like you, one of the things that I love so much is just the fact that you can hear everything that's going on in this room. You know what I mean? It's one of those rooms where it feels like it was 100% built for music. And the funny thing is, it was built for tobacco. You know what I'm saying? Like this is an old barn that they've repurposed and made into what it is today. But purposely, you know, I know in the band shows, you know, it's in with a bang. You know what I mean? And leave them going. I wanted to finish off tonight with probably what is my favorite song of yours, just because of all the different emotions that it stirs up in memories. And if I'm getting this right, I think this is one of the ones that is like just 100% you. And I dig that about it. And that's a song called Damn Good Goodbye. And I wonder if you would just tell us a little about that one, and then let's finish in this old barn from Kentucky with that song tonight.
So I did have a little bit of help writing this one, which is where the Auburn part comes in, because I don't personally know anyone that went to Auburn, but one of my songwriting buddies did, and he insisted that we put the Auburn part in there. So we were just kind of throwing a few ideas around, and this is songwriting. You know, we can bend the truth. We don't have to tell nothing but the truth every time, you know. And at the time, you know, we were starting to play a little more in the Southeast, and I was thinking, well, shit, maybe we'll sell some more tickets in the Southeast if I throw in the Auburn line. But that's about where the not true part ends for me, because everything else about this one is just kind of just about how it happened. I mean, the song makes it sound like these were two consecutive nights, but they weren't necessarily consecutive. It was kind of like we just took the summer in between high school and college for me and condensed it down into 3.5 minutes. And it was just kind of about this phase in our life that was coming to an end, and we were all excited to go and start our new lives wherever we were going. Some people were sticking around. I'm from San Antonio originally, but there was a lot of my friends that stuck around there, and then a lot of us that we all left to go figure out what we were going to do. And college is kind of where that started for me, and we put this song out in 2020, which was an interesting time, because it ended up being, it was cool because I heard from a lot of younger folks that this was like their graduation song or whatever in that year, and that was really special. But also for me, it was kind of like, it was a bummer because they didn't get to graduate. Like, that was during COVID, and they all like were doing Zoom calls, and they didn't get to hang out with their friends. It was like the last time that they were supposed to do that, and they kind of got that, they were robbed of that experience, a lot of them. So it was cool for me to be, it's in some ways comforting to them, because this song allowed them to just kind of feel that way without being with all their friends, and some of them got together with their friends anyways, like they should have. Like, nobody's gonna tell you can't have a party in your backyard, so they'll tell you can't, but I'll tell them something else. So this is one that we typically end with, and it's one of my favorite songs that I had a hand in writing, and I've been so fortunate and thankful that so many other people have appreciated this song as well. So. We met up at my place, 'cause my folks were out of town. It was our last night together, we were gonna make it count. We were headed off to Auburn, Texas Tech, and Kansas State. Like a band of brothers breaking up, one more show to play. So we drank a case of Shiner, and on my daddy's Maker's Mark, pull them speakers on the back porch, sat around, smoked cigars, sang along and laughed till dawn, watched that red sunrise. Well, that was a damn good ride. I was hurting that next morning, but I had one thing left to do, 'cause the only girl I'd ever loved was bound for Baton Rouge. We said we'd make it work, well, we both knew that it was a lie. High school love ain't strong enough for a 7-hour drive. So we parked out by the football field where we knew we'd be alone. Leaned in bucket seats way back, made love all night long. Jumped the fence, sat in the stands, and watched that red sunrise. Well, that was a damn goodbye. They ain't ever easy, and sometimes they go bad. Oh, but sometimes they turn into the best times you ever had. Nothing makes a memory you'll take with you all your life like a damn goodbye. Oh, one more time on the guitar, Nathan Lockhart. And on the fiddle, Jerry Reynolds. And keep that going for your host tonight, Kyle Hutton. Come on, man. Thank y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mike Ryan.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thanks everybody up there too. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it.